Hey guys, SonOfAPluto here, and welcome to Pluto MMA, where I talk about MMA and such. I have another channel where I do funny moments and everything. But yeah, so I want to make a video right after UFC 321. It was Aspinall versus Gane. I can talk about the whole card, but I might do that at the end. I mainly want to talk about how UFC 321 ended and the possible future of heavyweight division, as it can get really interesting with a few different changes. So if you don't know, Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane ended in a no contest, and this was mainly due to so there's a couple reasons. One, double eye poke from Cyril Gane. It looked like Cyril Gane was winning. It showed on the stats, which are kind of suspicious. That's like a whole different conversation and video of its own. Statistics on that they show on the screen are kind of bad and seem really inaccurate. But it showed that Cyril Gane was up on strikes, like he landed more. Although Tom Aspinall was doing good with like hitting legs, like doing high leg head kicks. Sorry, I can't think. But yeah, so this was really good, really interesting. And it was going to go to the second round. There was like 30 seconds, maybe 24 to be more specific, left of Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall of round one. He already went over Jon Jones this time. Jon Jones got the submission at like 2 minutes and 4 seconds or something. And I was kind of wondering if Tom would try to beat that or not. He did do an early blitz and stuff, and it just didn't really work. And a lot of the other stuff that he was doing didn't really work. We know that Cyril Gane has some of the best striking accuracy and striking defense, and I thought that would be an interesting factor. But Tom Aspinall also did not throw a single takedown. He didn't shoot a single takedown in that first round, which I was kind of surprised about because we don't. The one thing that we know about Cyril Gane is that he tapped very quickly to Jon Jones, and in Francis Ngannou's fight, there was also some grappling there, and he didn't do great in that situation either. So I thought that Tom Aspinall would try to quickly expose that and get him out of there, but maybe he truly was trying to go a bit further into round two or three for whatever reason. But from what it looked like, I don't know. You could kind of see Cyril Gane winning. I wish that UFC would post the scorecards of how. Sorry about that. Of how they had it, but I don't think they do if it's a first round finish. Um, but basically, this can imply multiple things, right? Because I said this before, I was kind of going for Gane anyway because of the domino effect of, oh, Gane fights Jones in January or February, then turns around for the UFC White House card, then it's Jones versus Pereira for the light heavyweights or for the heavyweight title, because I really wanted to see that. But that does not seem like it's going to happen now. Although, if they do a rematch and they can quickly get it done, like Cyril Gane fights in December or in November, then turns around for January or February, that is possible. With this no contest, though, we have to see how Tom Aspinall is. Because if Tom Aspinall comes out and he's like, I can't fight for a long time because I have to let my eye heal or whatever, and they has the belt vacated, then we get an interesting matchup of Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. I always wanted it. I don't want it to be for. I want it to be for a title because it makes it more interesting and doesn't seem like just a money fight. It seems like it's actually worth something. You have Pereira going up and trying to get 3 belts from different divisions, and then you also have Jon Jones returning, and that's a good challenge for both of them. I think that Alex Pereira possibly wins that because Jon Jones, even if he did try to do takedowns and he could get a submission win, I could also see him getting flattened on the feet. If Reyes could do it, um, with how his height was and everything, he can do it to an old Jon Jones. So that is one of the more interesting things that I would like to see. I want to see them. If Tom Aspinall cannot make it, they keep him as champion, and then they just vacate the title at like early June or whatever, and leave it up for Pereira and Jon Jones to fight for, and then they do a rematch afterwards. Double retirement night for Jones and Pereira. They both retire that night on the White House lawn, and then they go on to do something else. I'm trying to make sure they don't upload this stuff. I keep getting notifications. Uh, it's very interesting what could happen soon. But either way, if Tom Aspinall is fine, that's also great because we get a rematch. And it should be immediate. It should be as quick as possible. It should be in November or December. We shouldn't have to be waiting until 2026. We shouldn't wait till even February. for this to like get redone. There's no reason for some of these rematches to take forever to do. We've seen plenty of fighters that have canceled fights and stuff do a quick turnaround against someone else that was also in training camps or whatever. We need to support that type of behavior, especially if Tom Aspinall does not want to be around for long and he wants to get a bunch of defenses before Ante Delija comes up and all that stuff. We need to see that. Also, this was a more competitive fight. And I think that I think Cyril Gane and Jane Almeida are both two difficult people to kind of deal with in the heavyweight division. I think they're both going to be big threats towards Tom. Not like huge, but I think they're going to be harder matchups than a lot of the other people he's gone against because Jane Almeida has good grappling. He's going to probably try to shoot a takedown. We get to see just how good his Tom Aspinall's grappling defense and offense is. Then we also get to see, how Tom Aspinall does against someone that has really good striking defense that can possibly do good against the blitzes, that could also do good on the feet and stuff like that. These are two challenges. There isn't really a great all-around fighter other than maybe Ante Delija in the heavyweight division right now. But he won't fight him because they're friends. And that's the three matches I want to see: Cyril Gane, Jane Almeida, and Derek Lewis. Those are three matches I want to see because I want to see if Derek Lewis can get the title shot. If they were going to put Tom Aspinall on the White House card and it's not going to be against Jon Jones, then make it against Derek Lewis. Get Derek Lewis a fight at January and then make him turn around after he gets the win and fight for the title no matter who it's against. Doesn't matter. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Because I want to see Derek Lewis get a title shot. I want to see him possibly win. It could be like Tom versus Sergey 2. I could see it definitely going that way. I think that Derek Lewis could possibly just get a nice, good shot in during one of his blitzes, or Tom Aspinall just does a tackle and tries to submit him. We'll see. But I think there's so much good competition. I think there's so many good possibilities. I'll probably do a YouTube short or something like that updating on what happens with Tom Aspinall next because I don't think news will come out until like another day or two. I could also possibly see something else go on where we wait like a week for news to see if he can return quickly or what. He couldn't open his eye at all. And it does get bad enough to where you can't open your eye. And if he does have an eye injury, it could be possibly the end of his career, which I hope not, or it could just be a long layoff. I think there's also another fighter that has a super long layoff right now as well that just got announced like earlier. It was from MMA Uncensored though, so I don't know if it's real or not. But yeah, there's so much possibilities. I want to know what you all think because people are saying that Tom Aspinall was kind of... Is this still recording or not? I don't know. I hope it is. People were saying that Tom Aspinall versus versus Gane was kind of close, but I want to see what happens whenever Tom Aspinall takes him down. And if you're gonna do that type of like behavior and method towards Pereira, why not do it towards Cyril Gane? Maybe to prove yourself, I guess. But I don't know. There's a lot to think about. There will be updates via YouTube Shorts for me, unless there's a lot that happens, and then I can make like a huge long video on it. But I do have a lot of video ideas coming from this event because there's a lot to talk about regarding Umar and Jane Almeida, and also just Daggy and Merab in general. I meant to talk about Merab a long time ago, after the Corey Sandhagen fight, but I'll probably just get to that in the next couple of weeks. So let me know what you all think in the comments down below. Who did you think was winning the first round and stuff like that? Do you think Tom Aspinall was winning, or do you think Cyril Gane? I haven't shaved, so I'm like really itchy, like all right here. My skin's very bad irritated because I took too long to shave again. But who do you think was winning the first round? Do you think it was Gane or Aspinall? How do you think the rematch goes? And depending on if he's going to be out for a long time or not, can we get this rematch as soon as possible? We have not had 3 title fights on a card in a minute. I don't know. I don't remember the last time it was. Maybe UFC 300, if any time. And I would like to see, like, there's no reason for us. Guru was saying this. I think it's the stupidest thing. Why are you saying 5 or 6 months? Why are we waiting 5 or 6 months for Tom Aspinall, who doesn't want to be around for long, to have to wait for this fight? It just doesn't make sense to me. Especially a fight of this altitude, especially a fight that can easily be, like, returned back. I don't see a point of making us wait for a long time for this fight to happen. But Tom Aspinall has just been sent to the hospital. I don't think he's going to be around. I guess he's not going to be around for the post-fight press conference. He is going to be sent there, and we'll probably figure out at least one update by the end of the night, but I'm not waiting that long to figure this out. I want to go ahead and talk about it now. I want to put out my ideas on what could possibly happen in the future because there's a lot to talk about. Whether, oh, do we get a vacant title? Um, do we get a White House main event? Some person on Twitter just said, like, Pereira probably now stays at light heavyweight to fight Olberg. I don't know. I think he really just wants to get that one last fight. Also, like seeing how like not great Tom Aspinall was looking out there, it might be a better shot. And although like Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall kind of looks more competitive, it was kind of a disappointing performance. But we also didn't get to see much. We only got to see like 4.5 minutes. But that 4.5 minutes against someone that has good striking defense, it's kind of eerie. It's kind of like, what are we gonna do? Is Tom Aspinall that as good as we thought, or is he not? But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Make sure to like it and subscribe for more. Follow me on TikTok as I make videos, several videos a day on there. I want to hit 10K on there so I can actually like get paid for ads and stuff on there because that will really help me out with a lot of stuff in my personal life. So I'd really appreciate if y'all follow me there, really. But what do y'all think about ideas? What do y'all think of the possible futures? I basically said everything. I do want to see Tom Aspinall come back quickly, but also, I really also wanted to see. I also really wanted to see Jones versus Pereira for a title. So I'm not glad this happened really, but if we get the circumstances that we do, then it could be a good thing in the end. So we'll see. I'll update y'all through YouTube Shorts about this and talk about the possible future. YouTube, please put the YouTube Shorts with a green screen background to over a minute because it is way too short of a time. Also, fix the green screen because it is so bad in so many ways. It just sits there and glitches out the entire time. Follow the TikTok method. So yeah, make sure to like and follow for more. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Sorry, I've been talking for a while, probably repeating myself multiple times, but who doesn't? You know what I mean? Who doesn't? Peace, peace.